up, 08, roll up, codeine in my soda. Molly got me fucked up like. It's the motherfucking weed. It's the motherfucking weed. Filled up, 08, roll up.
Do it again, one more time.
Okay, good morning. I am the one, the only Matic me movie.
This name card going that bullshit.
And always our special guest host, Mr. Lafayette, the fine Ruby.
Two young girls and old here.
And we also have another special guest host, my main man, Hippie Heem on Instagram. Check him out, you know what I'm saying? The ultimate salesman.
Ultimate.
My man Hippie Heem has a topic for us that he wants to lead us in. Yes. So we're going to let him take us into the promised land.
Yes.
Again, sir.
So, today I brought to the table a subject that I feel like men especially is afraid to talk about. You know what I mean? Women, they just reject it, you know, just like they reject anything they don't want to hear. But you know, men, I feel like it's a fear thing more so than a rejection thing, right? And what I'm talking about is polygamy. You know what I mean? And so I was supposed to write the literal definition down, but I'm gonna just say, you know, what I know to mean.
I'm interested. Come on with it.
A man who can take on multiple wives. You know what I mean? Not just dating or tricking, you know, just messing around with any female, but something that him and his first wife take into agreement. They bring in this other female and, you know, live as one. I think that it's crazy that most men are afraid to bring up the subject, even though they know that they like multiple women. Right? So for the most part, you know what I mean, you got men out here who got two households, right? Being able to pay all the bills in both households, take both families on vacations. I mean, literally,
But living a life.
Both households are happy. Women who have come out and told this story 20-something years, 15 years, you know, this man's had a whole nother wife, a whole nother family, you know, and taking care of it. And they go, well, let me ask you this, was you happy? I mean, yeah, before I knew. Yeah, of course you was happy before you knew. You know what I'm saying?
He was able to his business.
He was able to love both of y'all equally. Just because a person who's listening to this might not be able to love multiple people doesn't mean that men in general don't have the capability to love multiple people. We have in society, we have more of like a Christian definition of like love or whatever, and relationships and
just
stuff
one
like that.
to just
Right. But even when you look into the Bible, they got multiple wives in there, John. So it's like, well, how you telling me I can only have one wife when I'm reading all these scriptures and there's men in here who got mad wives, 20 kids, and all that different type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Because that's like we put on this earth to provide.
You see how smooth he looks while he's talking about it.
You know what I'm saying?
But deep down inside, there's an excitement going on with him. He's just a smooth dude.
No,
He's like, yeah, I can just
no, he can do that because he's living it.
Oh, well, I mean,
No. I'm not. I don't have multiple wives, but
you're not opposed to it.
I'm not opposed to it, and I will bring up the subject because what can you do? What you gonna do to me? You know what I'm saying? Like, you beat me or something? Like, no, like this.
It's your opinion.
Right.
And you're entitled to that.
You know
How you feel about it?
Well, like I said earlier, I'm old school, and I believe in having one wife, one woman, and keeping that sacred. You know what I mean? Behind the simple reason, when you find you one good woman that's in your corner, because and when I came up in my society, it was I gotta find 4 or 5 women, right? Because this one can do it better than that one, and I like the way she do this, right? But if you can find all those qualities in one, what you need with all those 5? Now I understand the biblical thing about they had harems and all this stuff like that back in the day, right? But when I grew up,
we back in the
when
day.
I grew up, right, I grew up like in a Christian Baptist family, right? And those things was like forbidden.
Right.
You see what I mean? So that's all I knew. Now I'm more open-minded to hear other people discussing, not saying that I agree, you know what I mean? But I just said they have their opinion.
Right.
What's your rebuttal to that, though, fuck?
When it comes to back in the day till now, we know that our people went through something culturally that we had never seen before, right? So there was a before time and an after time of enslavement, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not trying to go into the whole history and all that, but we went through a certain conditioning. The way we were and the way we are is not the same.
Yeah.
So even when it comes to language, right? I'm just talking about black people. I don't talk about no other culture. You know what I'm saying? I live black, right? When they say we talk Ebonics, because naturally we don't speak English.
Right.
We're not from England,
Right.
right? So we naturally harmonize and use words in a certain way. You know, we put together words to talk and communicate in ways that people can't understand.
We're dope as fuck.
You know what I'm saying? You can go anywhere, right? It might be a little weird at first. You go down Houston, you feel like, oh, that's what he's saying.
Yeah, it just takes you a while.
Take you a little bit, but it's your people and that rhythm.
Right.
So it's the same way. So it's like trying to train a dog. You know what I'm saying? But that's not the breed of the dog. I'm not about to train a Chihuahua to be a canine, to be a German Shepherd.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Train to be a Chihuahua.
Right. So here we are. We got the language, all our culture and everything changed, and then people tell me, you can only date one woman. I'm looking through all our history books, and I'm like, dang.
It was never that.
I ain't never seen. That's both his wives. True. You know what I'm saying? Because you see that, you know, you're forcing something on me that isn't natural. To
Right.
This simple math, good brother. How many times can a woman get pregnant at once?
At once, she can have 4 kids.
How many times did she get pregnant?
How many times can she get pregnant?
At once.
Once every 9 months.
How many times can a man impregnate a woman a day?
He can pregnant every woman that he needs all day long if she's vital and susceptible.
I see where he's going, but go on.
Because God is a mathematician, right? The apple tree don't bear one apple. You know what I'm saying?
And they're multiple fruits.
Right. Because you're not really supposed to have one of anything.
That term, be fruitful and multiply.
You feel me?
And multiply.
And the way to multiply is with multiple. You know what I'm saying? It's I'm able to keep on having a baby. I'm done.
Every 5
You know what I'm
minutes.
saying? House to house to house. I can impregnate my entire neighborhood. All little needs.
Oh, we recommend it.
And populate my area.
You be a flush motherfucker, bitch. You know, you can't do it. You be dehydrated in a bitch.
I got water. You know what I'm saying? I got water. But the point is that nature gives you the example of how you can live.
Why do you think?
know what I'm saying?
Why do you think one piece of fruit has multiple seeds in it?
There you go.
Because it's preparing to have this large family.
Keep it rolling.
And now
You gotta keep it
if
rolling.
it got 8 seeds in it, eight trees gonna make 1,000. You know what I mean? Apples.
That's like maybe 1,000 more apples.
So now y'all gonna say for every seed that's in an apple, you can claim to get another tree.
That's right.
Exactly.
Because that's the way God is.
Keep
And
your
then
tree
you-
going.
You know what I'm saying? What I'm saying is that everybody should choose what they want, but
Keep it
but
funky.
to go against your natural self is how you get in trouble.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Every time you be like, man, you know this girl, she's a good girl. You know she don't go nowhere. And you still go out and do something. Why? Because she's still missing something.
And it's just up to nature.
She missing your extra desires.
Right.
No. It cannot be. It don't have to necessarily be an extra
No,
desire.
he hit a point the last time about, okay, we have sex and then she get dry. So then I'm gonna move on and get some more.
I ain't saying that exactly.
That's it.
That shit ain't go that way.
But you know, you see what I'm saying, right?
But a lot of women don't have the same sexual drive.
Right, okay, yeah, right.
A lot of women don't. And a lot of women are already sharing that with That's the point that I was making.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? You already in the mix.
Well, I need to find me some, but goddamn, it's been so long since I had some.
Well, let's go out and get you some. The ladies,
The
I'm looking
shit.
directly at you. They told me not to look at the camera. Go ahead, ladies.
It costs more than $40 though, so.
Hook Lafayette up.
What happened to
It's time.
free love? We talking about banning the fruit. Fruit, the seed of the apple is free.
That stopped in like 1994.
You know, you gotta get that check. But we know that it's just about honesty. You know what I'm saying? I respect every man who wears one woman because it's hard, right? You have to deal with her and listen to her
It's the attitude,
all day long.
the mental thing.
So if you couldn't take on another woman and listen to her stuff, I understand that would be an overload. You know what I'm saying? If one is a lot to handle, but for a lot of men,
Well, I understand.
we already handle it.
I understand
It's already-
the premise of it. It's like a dog doesn't just have one hole to bear his bone.
Right.
You see what I mean? However,
That make it sound so derogatory. That make it sound bad.
no, it's not rocket science.
Look,
It's not rocket science. You see what I mean?
What could we say? It takes a poor rat to have only one hole.
You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, man. When I was talking about the multiple thing, I'm just talking about nature. Just, you know what I'm saying? You learn. You can learn from all these different religions, but at the end of the day, when you go outside, you can see everything that they're trying to say. You know what I'm saying?
And I guess a good thing about that for me is that I turn down more in a given day, and some people get in a whole week. Because, like, if my drive was like when I was young, I would probably be into that. Knocking them up left and right. You see what I mean? But in my old days,
You ain't got a pregnant.
check this out, right?
he talking about getting them pregnant.
I'm talking about hitting them. Hitting it.
What's the what you
Shoot the
how you do it again? You hit what you split them. What do you say?
I
Split 'em?
suck them, fuck them, flip them, kiss them, put a rose on the pussy and say thank you very much.
I would never understand what the rose is about.
Thank you.
Hold on, nah, but we never. How do you? Where do you stand with that?
Okay, as far as polygamy,
Yeah.
I'm in agreement with Fahim in this way. It's like it's kind of the natural order way of things.
Right.
Because you know myself, I just studied the history of black folks. So I just studied African culture, like just how they live naturally in this day and age. And it's very common in Africa to have a huge family. And I'm talking about 20 kids, 3 or 4 wives, like it's just natural like
That's
that.
their culture.
That's their culture, but it's like, all right, if that's their culture and that's where it stems from, how long they actually been doing that?
Forever.
Exactly.
And
So
this
it's
is
so common.
You
That's why I
are
started-
descended.
That's why I started looking
You
into
are
it. I was
descended
like, let
from that.
me see
Yeah.
how this ties into where my culture, like, cause it's always look for connections to be like, I can connect with an African in some kind of way somewhere, even though I'm not from Africa. I'm an American black man. So let me see if I can find my connection with my long walled brothers. You feel what I'm saying?
Let me say this. You are from Africa, but you're not from.
You're not from here. You know what I'm saying? You originate.
That ain't going nowhere.
You originate.
You are descended from Africa.
I mean,
Exactly.
But however,
You weren't born there.
you weren't born there.
I mean, if that's the case, everybody's Jamaican, Haitian.
Fucking right.
Right. Because
everybody.
remember,
Yeah.
we
This is the
came
one thing,
on
and this is one thing I
slave
found
ships.
out. There's nowhere in America that you can't find melanin.
Right.
I mean, not America, in the world.
Right.
Nowhere. I don't care. There's nowhere in the
Melanin.
world you can't find melanin. I don't care where you
But you
go,
don't know the difference.
how far you look.
Define that for me.
Melanin, what black people hold to make us
What I say?
Oh.
skin tone.
We don't got that much.
There's nowhere in the world you can't find it.
That's why white people want to get suntan and be like us.
That's what I'm saying. You can't go nowhere on
They
earth.
can't stand us, but they love our color.
We stuck in the middle. We between white and.
Check this out, we just didn't say nothing.
We don't got melanin. We got gel.
They stay in the oven longer.
You know what I'm saying? The rest of it, we got to catch up to.
They got flipped, we didn't.
It's cool.
We
It's
just-
chicken, fried chicken.
Yeah,
Here it is.
we'll take that, right?
Well, I mean.
How about yourself, though?
Oh, well, like I said, I understand. I understand everything you're saying, and I, you know what I'm saying. And for culture's sake, I definitely agree with you. You know what I'm saying, because it makes sense. But for me as a person, I don't have the tolerance to deal with more than one woman.
Right.
Like I like my life simple. Listen. I envy a man who can have more than one woman and have a simple life.
Right.
I don't think that's possible to have a simple life with more than.
There's men that some do it without consent.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
They ladies don't know about it.
But you get what I'm
they
saying.
do it.
You get what I'm saying. You get what I'm saying. Like you gotta think about it. Men are naturally simple. We don't want much, but women are a different animal now. Like that's the difference between testosterone and estrogen. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We like, you know what I mean? Shit, we wake up in the morning, we happy to be here, brush our teeth, wash our ass, we on the go. We want our day to be as simple as possible. Women just
Everything is according to how they feel.
According to how they feel.
Everything.
We're really not that emotional. You know what I'm saying? They are. I'm like, I can't deal with so much emotion. You know what I'm saying?
Men are very logical. We see house on fire, don't go in there. Women see house on fire, my shoes are in there.
Yeah.
Right.
I didn't get my pants.
Right.
I think in everything, like, it's good that we can be openly in discussing this, right? Because he said, like, a lot of men won't discuss it because they think it's like voodoo.
They're fearful.
However, like in everyday life, not even just saying in America, in everyday life all over the world, people like normalcy. They like getting up, getting the kids ready, go to work, do their job, come home, fix dinner, put the kids to bed, and go to sleep.
That's the man.
That's the man.
Now when you disrupt that order by the powers that be, like right now, we're in a pandemic, right? And they destroyed a whole lot of normalcy in our lives, you know what I mean? Because we can't do, because most people, like we gotta come to work, because we're essential, but a lot of people can work from home, or they just got purely laid off, right? So when you break that cycle, you see what I mean? It erupts our normalcy, you know what I mean? Now, women are emotional beings, and like while you say you like, because of the attitude part of it, because they, 1 minute, I feel this way, and then, you know what I mean?
Yo, do it again. Do the impersonation of the cry again.
You know, like,
That's every woman, every day.
Now I gotta grind up a quick 15 podcast. Now I gotta grind every single one.
Come on with it. Come on with it. Come on with it.
All of y'all up, right? Because what is it coming down to at this point? Selection.
Right.
yeah, it's what you, like I said before, if that's what floats your boat, then go for it.
Go for it. Go
Hear
for
me
it.
out. Even with one woman that's a problem is makes a dysfunctional household. It don't matter how many women you got. You had 10 women. If you got one woman that's dysfunctional, she gonna ruin your life. I can have 50 women to your one, and if you got a BS woman, my 50 is gonna destroy you. I will be having a way more chill life than you.
Well,
you know what I'm saying? And I'll tell you why. Hear me out, brother. Hear me, because I'm grinding you up right now. Hear me out.
And today,
Hear me out. Because what happens with a lot of men is, when we're moving quick, we're working, we're hustling, we got shit going on, you know what I'm saying? At certain points of our life, we get these strides and we just progressing. You know what I'm saying? Things are really moving along. And a lot of times we don't pay attention. We might have a woman next to us, she could be the worst in the world, but we moving so quick and we so focused on everything else, we don't notice. You know what I'm saying? It's that steadiness. You know what I mean? Next thing you know, she's taking you for your bread, like Dr. Dre. You feel me?
and you don't notice it's coming.
Exactly.
It just happens. You just looking like.
Next thing she can get bread, but this what I'm trying to say is that if you take the time and set it up right this not the kind of woman that my life gonna function with. This more like for me. You know what I'm saying? I had to learn. I used to love hood rats. I'm from the county. You know what I'm saying? Let me put that on record. I'm from the suburbs my entire life from birth till now.
So hood rats was
always.
the shit.
I mean, you know, I've lived in the cities, but you know, my most of my life was in the suburbs.
On the outskirts,
I
yeah.
love hood rats. I swear to God, it's some, whatever it is, might be an illness or something, I don't know. But I will always
How
go to
far
the
are the
hood.
suburbs where we gotta get up in the tree and say, hello?
No. I've always been at the border of the city, so we had to fight the city kids and fight the white kids.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And that's just how I learned how to fight. So, but here, I know we gotta go.
No, it's cool. Go
Straight.
We already had a conversation with them.
At the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? And let me chick from the hood, not the hood. Let me just say that, because I'm not gonna be ignorant. I love women from everywhere, but I like hood rats.
You like that
I
ratchet,
like hood rats.
that loud,
Fighting and
obnoxious,
always getting me into something that
ignorant. You always got me hyped type joint.
right, because
You
my
know,
heart races. I ain't gonna go ahead and
like you don't know if you at peace or
Come
not.
on,
Like,
man.
you like, yeah, I know what you
I
mean.
ain't growing up in the projects. I'm in the middle of the projects. You know what I mean? With the strap in my head. And
This is fun.
That's what you mean by you thought she had some ninja up in there.
It's like this is fun. This is dangerous, but
I don't like
this is
none of that shit.
But I do understand the selection part.
Right, because you gotta realize that I ain't getting nowhere in life with them. But I was already winning in my mind.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I had already had a crib, clothes, cars, whatever. You know what I'm saying?
I was
Whatever
chilling,
I wanted, I was good. All these guns and shit. I was, you know, a young boy. I was lit. But then at the end of the day, it was like, this
Something
just-
was missing.
just trash.
Yeah.
And as soon as I went down just a little bit off my high horse, everything just happened at the same
Start
time.
seeing it.
Right.
Everything. I'm talking about all my cars and all that. Lost my crib. You know what I'm saying? The chicks stopped coming around. I mean, they still kind of wanted to slide through it for a little while, but they didn't want to stay.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
It be shit like that.
But what I'm saying is that I started to take my time to make a better selection. You know what I mean? Maybe holler at the chick at the park instead of the club. You know what I mean? Maybe holler at the chick at the library or what's the book or joint called? Barnes and Noble or whatever. And instead of hollering at the chick that got the booty shorts on or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Maybe holler at the chick that's a little bit more conservative. You know, not the chick that's twerking inside the grocery store, even though I do like wings and booty.
Booty short. Motherfucker Daisy Dukes.
Daisy Duke. You know what I'm saying? But I started to change. You know, because one time I was at Walmart,
Your
man,
outlook perspective change.
and this
That's
girl,
what
you know, I had this chick with me. I'm talking about that joint.
Wow.
That joint was crazy. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about ridiculous. She go around the corner, it's still bouncing her next side. You know what I mean? But then like guys was coming and turning the corner and looking. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not the kind of boy where you
That makes you think.
you walk behind me and nothing like that. Now I'm looking back to the end of the aisle to see what he's doing.
Yeah.
Well, then I'm thinking like, he just looking at her like, I don't care about her like that. You know what I'm saying? He can have her like, but I'll, you know, whatever it is in the parking lot, boy. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to do that in your pocket. The point is that
We get shit. Everybody should be.
I started to think she was an ex-stripper, you know, and that's the kind of energy she carried. That's the kind of clothes she wore. You know what I'm saying? And I just had to switch it up.
Attention.
You gotta switch it up.
I agree. Yeah, I agree.
I like the fast girls, but you will crash with them.
I don't know why I used to like fixer uppers, man.
Yeah.
I can
he's a rescue.
save her.
Right.
I can save her. Man, I always fail.
Oh, you one of them niggas. $500.
But let me tell you what.
$500 a new outfit. That's you one of them niggas.
You know what I'm saying? I can save her. I can change her life, make her a better person. I can do it.
Well,
Nah,
I
you know what I'm
guess,
saying? But
I guess the saying that
I finally lucked up though. You know what I'm saying?
the song that Dinah Ross sung, said, you know love ain't easy. You see what I mean? Like, my thing is this. My thing is
So you gotta let him go. Like,
y'all know I'm going to
Go ahead.
I'm going to go somewhere with this, right? Check
No, look at the camera when you do this. It's a very emotional moment.
Check this out, right? But every man had that sensation. And he wants more. Go for it. Ain't nothing wrong with it. If I can hit and quit and got enough energy to go again, then hit it.
Yo, I'm gonna cue some soft music behind that shit.
Like right
Man, look, we having fun. Well, we gonna have to go. We gonna touch base on this, and next time we gonna bring Hippie Heem back, and we gonna bring a female, so that way she can give her perspective on the shit. Exactly.
You said a female.
Might be to bring
2 young girls and old heads.
Okay,
maybe that. You know what I'm saying?
Just
Go ahead.
try to bring 2 female guest hosts in to get, because you know it's 4 men, so we would need more estrogen.
Right.
Jumping the booth, think she over the Henny. Shit. Wait, I'm thinking she over the Henny. Hey, a nigga got aim, I'm a snake, but he a shooter cause he not afraid of weed.